guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naisha if you're new here, and in today's video we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to be doing a DIY of this wall decor that you always see behind my head. I recently changed out my bathroom decor, and we went from black and white and gray to sort of a teal ombre situation. So like I mentioned in my Marshalls video, I love doing DIY decor items for my house because I love switching it up every season. So this is one of the items I made out of stuff from Dollar Tree and Walmart, basically dollar store items, and I put this together to make something that's just all mine and unique to my space. I'm also going to put up the inspiration picture where I kind of got the idea from. That was actually 4 pictures in a set that was on sale, but I decided to make it into a all-in-one wall decor piece. Before we jump into the video, if you're interested in this look that I'm wearing, it is one of 3 looks with the Ciate London, the Editor Palette New England that I got in my boxy premium box. I'll link that down below if you haven't seen it. So the 3 looks as well as my review on the palette is going to be on my Instagram on Friday, so please check it out. My Instagram is always linked down below. If you like DIY videos, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already for more makeup, home, lifestyle videos to come. And if you're interested in seeing how I put together this wall decor from dollar store items, and also I'll link down below the tutorial where I made this kind of ship wheel from. It's from Jane Money DIY, so I will link that down below. And if you're interested in seeing how I made this one, please keep on watching. So the first item I'm starting with are these 4 Dollar Tree picture frames. I'm removing the plastic wrapping from all of them, and I chose this frame in particular because it had a wood finish on the edge that is going to be really useful in today's project. And I'm going to go ahead and remove all the backing from each of the frames. I'm also going to be removing the glass from the frames and putting it to the side because we're not going to be using it, as well as the back that props up the frame. We're not going to be using that either. And I'm going to go in with some white apple barrel chalk paint that I got from Walmart for about $4 for this bottle. And I'm going to dry brush that on to the frames, not to paint the frames, not to coat it, but really just to bring out that wood texture. So these are what the frames look like painted, and I'm going over with a wet paper towel in some areas that I felt were a little bit too concentrated because we want this to look like weathered wood. Next, I'm going to use these large popsicle sticks that I got from Walmart, and using the frame backing as my measurement, I'm laying the popsicle sticks across the back so I know how many I'm going to need. That's going to fully cover it so it looks like wood planks at the back of the frames. So I ended up going with 3 per frame, so I needed 12 craft sticks. So using the backing as measurement, I went ahead and marked where on the craft stick I would need to cut. And then after cutting that first piece, I used a craft stick as the measurement for the other 11 sticks. These cut pretty easily with regular scissors, but take your time because they can sometimes crack. Once I have all 12 pieces cut, I'm going to use some hot glue and glue this onto the backing for each frame. Each frame required 3 pieces with a tiny bit of space at the top and the bottom and in between so that it looks like shiplap once put together. Once we have all 4 pieces complete, we're going to go in and paint it, and I'm going to do an ombre with this teal Nicole craft paint that I got from AC Moore that sadly is no longer around, but you can pick up any teal paint. It's at Walmart, at Michael's. So I'm going to do the teal paint and mix it in with several different amounts of the white so that I can go from a dark teal to a light teal. I did go a little bit overboard with the white paint here, but I ended up making it work, and you'll see I ended up using this extra paint for another project that's in the bathroom. So I'm going to start with just a teal at first on the top. That's going to be our darkest color on all 4 pieces. Now I'm going to mix up the lightest color, which is mostly white, with just a drop of the teal, and that's going to go on our last piece of craft stick as our lightest color. Then I went ahead and I mixed up a color that I thought would be a good in-between color of the two, and I put that on the middle piece, the middle craft stick, but I also overlapped it on the darkest and the lightest color to help it look more ombre. You can keep going back and forth between all 3 colors to get that desired ombre effect you're looking for. Then I went over top, dry brushing some white paint over the top to give it a more weathered look. And this is what the pieces look with the dry brushing over top. Once everything was nice and dry, I went ahead and placed each piece back into the frame. And remember to be careful pushing these back pieces down because they are very fragile. And this is what it looks like all put together. Next, I'm going to use these wooden pieces from Dollar Tree. They come 6 to a piece and they are coastal inspired. So I chose 4 of them that will work for this project, and I went ahead and painted it with the white chalk paint. Next, I'm going to use these black letter stickers that I got from Walmart. I wanted them to be white, so I went ahead and painted the word bath with the white chalk paint. Now I'm going to assemble the full frames together. I'm going to hot glue them in the middle as well as reinforce the back. And then once I have all 4 pieces together, I'm going to paint the outside border since it wasn't painted before, since I didn't know which frame was going to go where. So once I have them all glued together, I'm going to paint the outside. To reinforce the frame, I'm going to use the leftover cut popsicle sticks at the back in between all the seams. Next, I'm going to paint the borders of the frame that remain exposed. Then I'm going to take the letters that I painted and I'm going to place one letter in each square or rectangle, spelling out the word bath. If you have a Cricut, you can cut out final letters, or if you have really nice, neat handwriting, you can just write it on. Either of those will work as well. Next, I'm going to take the wooden sea creatures and try to figure out where on the frame I'm going to place them, play around with their placement a little bit, and then I'm going to use some hot glue and glue them down when I'm satisfied with where I'm going to put them. Next, I'm going to use this Dollar Tree nautical rope to make a hanger for the sign. So I'm going to tie a knot on one side and glue that down in the front so you can see the knot. And then I'm going to measure how long I want the rope to be and then tie a knot on the other side and glue that down as well. In the end, I felt like the wooden pieces were a little too stark white, so I went ahead with some of the light teal and, put a little bit of distressing on it, gave it a little bit more character. And here we have the finished piece hung in my bathroom, and I'm sure if you see my makeup videos, you see this behind my head. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, there will be many more DIYs to come. I am moving, so I have a whole new space to decorate, so look forward to that. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.